Good morning student, this is the first video of class 9. So we will start this chapter geographic grid, latitude and longitude. So before starting this chapter we will discuss about the meaning of geographic grid. So what is the meaning of geographic grid? Okay, so we know that on our earth surface there are some lines runs horizontally as well as vertically on globe. Okay, so this is an imaginary lines drawn on the globe. This is an imaginary line, okay, drawn on globe. What is the purpose for this imaginary line? Okay, so the main purpose to locate the place on it. So the network of latitude, those lines runs horizontally on globe are known as latitude, and those lines runs vertically on globe are known as longitude. So the network of latitude and longitude is known as geographic grid. Is known as geographic grid. So what is geographic grid? So it is a network of latitude as well as longitude. So in this chapter we will discuss about the latitudes and longitudes. So let's start about latitudes. So latitude, it is an imaginary line that runs east to west or parallel to the equator. East to west or parallel to the equator. In another word, you can say it is an imaginary line that runs horizontally on globe. That runs horizontally on globe. So here is a globe. So you can see here in the red color, lines runs horizontally on globe. Okay, and all lines are parallel to each other. And the largest latitudinal line is globe. Largest latitudinal line is equator, that shows 0 degree. Okay, so above the equator this part is known as northern hemisphere. Below the equator the part is known as southern hemisphere. Okay, northern hemisphere as well as southern hemisphere. Second is longitude. So what is longitude? It is an imaginary lines on globe that runs north to south pole. That runs north to south pole. North pole and south pole, that runs north pole to south pole. Okay, in another word you can say it is an imaginary line that runs vertically. That runs vertically on globe are known as longitudes. Are known as longitudes. So what is geographic grid? It is a network of longitude and latitude. It is a network of longitude and latitude is known as geographic grid. Okay, so who calculated the first circumference of the earth? Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes, the Greek philosopher who had for the first time calculated the circumference of the earth. Okay, now we will discuss about the details of latitude. Details of latitude. So first is, it is an imaginary lines joining having same latitude towards north and south of the equator. So it means that all the latitudinal lines are parallel to each other as well as parallel to equator. As well as parallel to equator. It is an angular distance of place north or south towards equator. Okay, so latitudinal lines shows the angular distance of place north or south. North or south means above the equator. This is equator. Above the equator it shows north, and the below the equator it shows south. Okay, so northern hemisphere as well as southern hemisphere. A latitude is marked in degree with equator being a 0 degree. Being a 0 degree, it means that equator is a reference point of northern hemisphere as well as southern hemisphere. It is a reference point. It means that equator divides the earth into two equal parts, northern hemisphere as well as southern hemisphere. Okay, so latitudes are calculated according to the angle of a place marked with the center of the earth. Okay, so each parallel of latitude is a full circle. Each parallel of latitude is a full circle. Only the equator is a great circle. It means that equator is the largest circle of the earth. Largest circle of the earth. Let's discuss about the main latitudinal line. Main latitudinal lines on globe. So first is equator. First main latitudinal line is equator. Okay, so it is the longest latitudinal line represent 0 degree. It is the longest latitudinal line represent 0 degree. So here we draw a globe. Okay, so it is the longest latitudinal line represent 0 degree, that is equator. 0 degree, that is equator. Second is Tropic of Cancer. So Tropic of Cancer, it is the latitude line situated in northern hemisphere. Location is 23.5 degree north. So north indicates it lies in northern hemisphere. So which one is northern hemisphere? This is northern hemisphere. Northern hemisphere. Okay. So this is a Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree north. Tropic of Cancer. Tropic of Cancer. Next is Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn. So Tropic of Capricorn, it is the latitudinal line situated in southern hemisphere, and the location is same as Tropic of Cancer, but the different thing is about its direction. Okay, so 23.5 degrees south. It means that Tropic of Capricorn lies in southern hemisphere. It lies in southern hemisphere. 23.5 degree south. Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Capricorn. Okay. Next is Arctic Circle. It is situated in northern hemisphere. Location is 66 degree and half degree north. So it lies above the Tropic of Cancer. 66.5 degree north. That is Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle. Next is Antarctic Circle. So Antarctic Circle, it is situated in southern hemisphere. It is situated in southern hemisphere. The location is same as Arctic Circle. 66.5 degree south. That is Antarctic Circle. Okay. Next is North Pole. So North Pole, it is situated on pole, that is 90 degree north, and the South Pole, that is 90 degree south. So these are the important latitudinal lines. Okay, so with the help of